السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. مساء الخير. مساء الخير، أهلا وسهلا بيكم وأهلا وسهلا بالجميع على أعضاء تفلزم و You English Matters. الحقيقة I miss you a lot and I'm sorry for not showing up last Saturday. It was really out of my hand because of bad internet connection. يمكن ده كان السبب الرئيسي. أهلا بيكي يا سارة داليا. So how is life? How is everything? Are you okay? Okay, I can see that people are starting to join. We have about 20. Okay, nice. أهلا وسهلا بيكم مرة تانية. احنا النهاردة في الحلقة رقم 3 من سلسلة قطايف لغوية. اوكي، في الحلقة الأولى الحقيقة احنا اتكلمنا عن لو نتذكر كويس أول حلقة كلمنا عن why is your English not improving. ايه الأسباب اللي كانت وراء عدم أو يعني الأسباب وراء عدم تطور مستواك في اللغة الإنجليزية، ما بيحصلش تطور أو تقدم في اللغة. دي كانت الحلقة الأولى من قطايف لغوية، اتكلمنا في حوالي 15 تقريبا سبب. والحلقة الرقم 2 اتكلمنا عن الموتيفيشن وأهمية الموتيفيشن في الإنجليش language learning process. Today we have a third episode and I'm just wondering if I continue my sessions in English or would you like me to speak in Arabic? I would like to hear from you. أهلا بيك يا ميرفانا. Okay, today we have a really useful session, a useful lesson, which is, can I learn English alone? Is it possible to learn English alone? And حاضر يا سلمى. Okay, I will إن شاء الله. Hello. Okay, Ms. Rahab. Okay, Dalia. Okay. I start today with a question, which is the main topic today is a question, which is, can I learn English alone? Is it possible to learn English alone? Before I answer this question, I think that you know the answer, but before I start answering this question, I have lots of hearts. Thank you. كل ده أنا مش عارف بقى أنا أكمل السيشن ولا أبص على الهارتس الكتيرة قوي دي. Much grateful indeed. Okay. Before I start answering this question, let me define what alone means. So what's in the meaning of alone? What do I mean by alone? Alone, in the context of learning, it means or it suggests learning by yourself, learning on your own, learning and being independent, being completely independent, learning on your own terms, at your own pace. On your own terms and at your own pace means that you decide when, where and how to learn English. So you are in full control of everything. You are the leader. You have the hand, you have the power. So no one else except you can decide what to learn, how to learn, and when, and what the meaning of alone. Besides, alone means that without teachers are no longer needed. You learn without textbooks and course books. You learn English and you become fluent in English to English classes and taking English courses. You learn English alone without even living or going to an English-speaking country. So these are the different meanings associated with alone. So now we know alone. Alone means that you learn at home, on your own, by yourself, without teachers, without any help from outside, courses, English classes, teachers, tutors, workbooks, without even living or going to a country where English is the first language. So is it clear? So this is the meaning of alone. So let's now go back again to the question, if you still remember. Can I learn English? Thank you, Mr. Said. Same here. Same. You too? Okay. Can I learn English alone? Yes. The answer is yes, big yes, absolutely. You can learn English alone. And not only that, I can say that it's something highly recommended. It's something preferable. You should learn English. At a certain stage in your life, you should learn by yourself. You're not going to depend on others for the rest of your life. At a certain time, you have to decide, it's time now to depend on myself. It's time to take action. It's time to be in full power, to have the lead, to be or to take responsibility for your learning. So this is called independent, autonomous, or self-learning. Okay. Before I start explaining the whole issue today, I want you to... Yes, Miss Aya, yes, it requires preservation and time. Yes, exactly. Thank you for your contribution. Before I start and get into the whole matter today, I want you to watch me today, to watch me now, and try to analyze your situation, to analyze how far you can do this while explaining the whole matter in this session. First, let me tell you that I myself, I'm a big fan of self-study and independent learning. I encourage self-study and independent learning. I myself improved and I worked very well on my English, and my English improved a lot. And I did this without any assistance, without any help from others. I did not have the chance to take English classes, to go and take English courses. I did not have the chance to be in constant touch with native speakers, maybe just few contacts, and I did not travel abroad except for a short period. So I learned myself independently, and I think that I'm doing fine. So this is something possible. However, I would not learning completely by yourself without going out and refusing to get in touch with others, by refusing to communicate with anyone in English, is a good idea. I would not say this. Instead, I would go for another idea, which is, you know, now technology and the internet, we live in a very advanced modern world with much technology and much internet and the availability of learning resources on the web, which are available anytime and anywhere. You can go and check and learn from different resources, and these resources are available, and you just decide when and where and how. So this has never happened before. So with these resources on the web, with much technology and the internet, the use and effectiveness of language classes and teachers is actually decreasing rapidly, is dwindling rapidly. We no longer read اوكي يا مريم، النية موجودة يا دكتور بس الحماس الصيني باين، عشان كده عمره قصير. اكيد اكيد هو مش صيني، هو مضروب تقريبا يعني لان في حاجات صيني كويسة. So what was I saying يا مريم؟ انت توهتيني يا مريم. Yes, I was saying that now with much technology and the availability of learning resources on the web, the use and effectiveness of learning resources, the use and effectiveness of teachers and course books, it's really dwindling, it's really decreasing rapidly. We no longer need textbooks, workbooks, and teachers. That's why I think that the time you need to go and take an English class, this time where you need to improve your English by going and taking English classes, going and taking English courses, this time is gone, really gone, and will never come back. Some might think that this kind of learning, this kind of independent learning completely by yourself on your own, some might believe that this kind of learning is antisocial because you're not getting in touch with others, you're not communicating with anyone, and working in groups, working with friends and other learners as in traditional classes. Actually, this is not the case. And I don't mean this. I mean something else. I mean that you can do the same stuff. You can enjoy working with others. You can enjoy the learning process completely as in traditional classes. But we have different venues and different channels. So you can do the same stuff in regular classes and even more, and which will not leave you away from others. Actually, some people still strongly believe that English is like a class. And I want to tell them that no, this is not the case right now. English is not just a class to be taught, but English is rather to get involved with others, with other people, with people who are going through the same learning experience, with people who are having the same challenges, the same problems, with people who can help you and who can lend you a hand to face these problems, solve these problems, and get over the challenges you come across while learning and studying English. With people who can encourage you, who can motivate you, who can keep you on track and help you all the time stay motivated and never lose hope and never make you feel down or disappointed if you are not satisfied or happy with your English. So this is English. English is not confined to just classes. So this is really, really important, and I think this is not, or this can be done outside classes, outside that traditional classroom environment. This can all be done alone. Okay. But we have some problems. Do we have any problems? Yes, we have lots of problems when it comes to learning English alone. What are these problems? We have just two things, two problems. And these two problems might stop you. They might prevent you from continuing. They might hold you back from your learning journey and slow you down a little bit. What are these problems? One problem we discussed last session, the second session of أتعلم اللغة, which is motivation. Keeping yourself motivated all the time, this is not easy. And to be focused and to stay focused on your goal, having a plan, having a general goal or specific goals behind learning English, this is not easy. It needs determination, it needs putting in all the time, effort and dedication needed and required. So this is not something easy. And I think that we tackled this in the first episode and the second episode of أتعلم اللغة. So please, I need you kindly go back to the first and second session and watch the two videos. The first video on TEFLism, why is your English not improving? And the second one is on motivation. And I think you will get a whole picture of what I'm, true, of what I'm discussing now. So the first problem is motivation, that sometimes you feel demotivated, you feel down, you feel that you cannot continue. You feel tired or bored, and of course this might hold you back from going on. So in this case you cannot learn English alone. You need وسائل مساعدة, you need صديق. The second problem is pressure and intensity of experience, intensity of practice, pressure and intensity of practice. This is really, really interesting. And I'm going to read some lines because I don't want to miss anything. This is because the whole process depends on you. Yes, true. It's independent learning. It's self-study. So you are in full control. No teachers, no workbooks, classes, no system. You just decide your own. You are the teacher and you determine the material you would like to study. So everything is under your control. There is a heavy weight on your shoulders. Yes, there is a heavy weight on your shoulders. Everything depends on your motivation, depends on your attitude. You do the input and the output yourself. Yes, you do everything, the input and the output. You listen, you read, you write, and you speak. So this is learning completely, complete learning completely by yourself on your own. You are always pressed for time and you always need to practice a lot. Of course, if you are learning on your own, you need much practice. You need more time. You need to exert more effort if you want to reap the harvest. You are in control of your success, not anybody else. It's up to you on how much work you put in and what your general or specific goals are and how you achieve them. Yes, that's it, definitely. You need to have your priorities straight. One might pose two questions here. Yes, you might ask me here two questions, and these two questions are really, really significant. When I talk about pressure and intensity of practice, the first question is, can I learn English without practicing it with other people? Can you answer this question? I will wait for your answers. Can I learn English without practicing it with other people? What do you think? Can I do this? Can I learn English without practicing it with other people? Before I forget, I left some gifts for you in the description of this video, so go and grab your gifts if you are an English teacher and if you are an English language learner. 2 gifts for teachers and 2 gifts for learners. They are in the description and they are in the comments as well. And they will be gone after the live video. I leave you about half an hour and then I will delete them just for those who are watching me. Again, to the question, can I learn English without practicing it with others? Can you answer me yes or no? I'm waiting. Can I learn English without practicing it with others? Miss Amira, no. Everything needs practice. Okay. Yes, it is possible, but it will take much more time. So we have 1 yes and 1 no. No. 2 no's, 1 yes. Yes, I can practice in front of the mirror. It's possible, but it's better to practice with others. At the beginning, yes, you can. Isra, of course, no. Islam, 30%. No. Salma, no. So we have some no's and some yeses. Exactly, you're correct. This is a controversial issue. Some people say yes and some people say no. I would go for, I think, yes, with my mirror. But at the beginning, yes. صح؟ مظبوط. Yes, Nurhan. No. I'm still getting responses. واضح ان الفيديو بيتأخر عندكم شوية. Speaking needs, Iman Khalid, speaking needs interacting, so no. يعني مفهومة مش محتاجة حاجة يعني. I forget much of what I'm learning. غادة. Yes. Iman, I think we can practice with ourselves. Okay. So you have now different responses. We have some yeses and we have some no's. And I agree. But I would go for those who say yes. Because you cannot improve, you cannot develop, you cannot push your level up without practicing with others. You need others. It's not about making mistakes and that you need others to correct you. No, this is not my intention here. I mean that you need to practice the language with others. You need someone to speak to. You need someone else to converse with. That's why some people feel bored or down when they do not find anyone to practice with. That's why they stop learning, because there is no one. Yes. Exactly. I can practice with my friend. ماشي يا شهد, okay. Even with myself, it's called practice. True. You can practice with yourself, you can practice with others. But I would honestly go for the idea that it's impossible, or it's you will not get a higher jump with others. But on the other hand, we have some people say that this is a myth. It's a wrong belief. You can improve without practicing with others. So we have 2 views, 2 opinions. So you can do without. And according to them, there is no reason. According to them, you cannot practice by yourself. So it's something controversial. So we have people who say yes and people who say no. But actually, I would go for those who say yes. That you need to practice speaking with someone. Not only speaking, you need to practice English with others. You cannot learn English by just spending your whole life talking to a mirror or talking to yourself. Maybe this happens at a certain stage, but this cannot continue for a long time. So you should look for a speaking partner. And I'm planning to go live maybe in a few weeks and have one session on this topic, how to find a speaking partner and what are the applications and websites that I can use where I can find someone to converse with. So let's now move to the second question. The second question is, I had to practice with others to know my mistakes. Okay, we talked about mistakes before when we discussed motivation, and I think we said something about worrying too much about your mistakes may make you feel demotivated. So when you practice with others, don't think about mistakes. Don't think about that I practice with natives or I speak English with my friends because I want them to correct my mistakes. And if you do this, I think you will not be fluent. You will not improve your English, or maybe you will take much time to reach a good level. So don't think about mistakes, okay? You will make mistakes, and mistakes is something, making mistakes is something positive. It's okay to fix your mistakes. It's okay to correct your mistakes. It's okay to know about your defects in learning, but do not worry about that too much, and don't learn English because you want to fix your mistakes. Second question, how much time should I study or learn English per day? So we have now two questions. Under pressure and intensity of practice, how much time should I dedicate to learning English? I would say, thank you, Mr. Muhammad. Thank you. Thank you, sir. مفيش قطايف النهارده مستر محمد، أنا طالع أهو مفيش قطايف خالص. And I have some headache. That's why I may look tired. Thank you. I would say for a start, 15 minutes per day is fine. 15 minutes is really a good start. For a start, 15 minutes is excellent. But just make it a routine. Stick to these 15 minutes. But for others, it could reach to 1 hour per day. No more than that. I do not recommend going beyond 1 hour per day, 1 hour of practice, listening, speaking, reading, or writing, anything in English. So I do not recommend exceeding this limit, because if you practice English more than 1 hour, you might feel tired, you might feel bored, and you might not continue. Just seek the human connection when speaking English with a native. Enjoy the conversation and do not focus on mistakes and grammar. Yes, exactly, Raghda. Excellent, perfect idea. Just seek the human connection. It's about making friends. It's about having someone to talk to. So this is really emotional, Raghda. Enjoy the conversation. Enjoy learning English. It's not about mistakes. It's not about fishing for your mistakes and thinking all the time about how to correct them. Yes. Yes, exactly. Okay. So I do not recommend spending much time per day practicing English. 1 hour maximum, 15 minutes minimum. Because if you practice English more than this, you might feel tired, you might feel disappointed, you might feel not disappointed. You might feel tired, you might feel bored, and you might stop. You might not continue. You might give up. Okay. What is really important here is not about how much time, but it's about consistency. It's about establishing. Yes, بالضبط Mr. Mahmoud. How to think in English, to be a lifestyle. It's about establishing a frequency, to have a goal, to have a plan, and to have a set time for practicing English per day or per week. And you stay focused on this goal, and you establish a learning habit, you establish a frequency. So you set up a learning habit every day or every week. So this is really more important. Let's now go back to our topic. احنا كنا بنتكلم على ايه? I forgot how to learn English alone. So you are expecting me to give you some tips, right? Am I correct? Yes, true. We are now confined to our homes. We are spending much time at our homes because of the coronavirus and the lockdown. And I'm expecting that you are taking advantage of your time to work on your English. Are you? I don't know. That's why I have come to you today to give you some tips, really wonderful tips, and I need you to note down these tips if you don't mind. And if you follow, I guarantee that if you follow these tips, you will see dramatic, significant changes. Number one, the first tip. Number one, leave your comfort zone. What? Sorry? Leave your comfort zone. Leave your comfort zone. What is your comfort zone? Do you have a comfort zone when it comes to learning English? Yes, practice makes you perfect. Don't panic. No pain, no gain. No. You have to enjoy. Don't panic. Yes, leave your comfort zone. We all have comfort zones. But I mean by comfort zones that you might be doing things or learning English in a comfortable way, doing things which make you comfortable. I will explain this. Some people like watching TV shows and watching movies or listening to songs, and these are the only ways they learn English by. And these things make them feel comfortable. They feel comfortable when they watch a movie. They feel comfortable when they take an English class. They feel comfortable when they talk to natives. They feel comfortable when they read a story. They feel comfortable when they write a journal. They feel comfortable when they listen to radio. So we all do different things. We all learn in a different way. We have different learning styles and we have different learning resources, right? Okay? These things, they are wonderful. But these things make you feel comfortable. This is your comfortable zone. And if you stay for a long time in this comfort zone, you would not improve. Wow, this is really inspiring. If you stay for a long time doing the same thing on a regular basis, you are learning English, but you never try out new things. You never think of doing something else. Why? Because it might seem difficult. So this is your comfort zone. So try to do something difficult. And if you do something that, not difficult, I'm sorry, try to think of doing something that might make you feel uncomfortable. So what makes me feel uncomfortable? I'm not feeling well, or I don't feel well when I talk to natives. So talk to natives. I don't feel well when I write a letter. So write a letter. I don't feel well when I read a book. I hate reading. No, please read. Start reading. You don't like reading aloud, or this makes you feel uncomfortable. So do the things which make you feel uncomfortable. So this is the meaning of leaving your comfort zone. So it's time now to leave your comfort zone by trying out new things which make you feel uncomfortable, things that you do not normally do. Right? Is it clear? If you do this, you will learn the most. This is really great. Second tip, number 2. So number 1, leave your comfort zone. Number 2, do not do what they do. What do they refer to? Don't do what they do. Don't do what they do. So what do they do? And what does they refer to? Most people learn the traditional way. Most people learn by reading grammar books, reading vocab books, doing exercises, listening to songs, watching TV movies, okay? And these things, to some English language learners, these things were not successful. You did not see these people, those people, they were not successful. So the things they did, the things they used in the learning journey did not work. So what you should do is not to do what they do. Try out something else. Do the opposite. So if they are reading a grammar book and you can see that their English is not improving, so do not do the same. Do something else. Don't do what they do. If they are watching a TV show, a certain TV show, and this TV show did not help them, so do not watch this TV show. Watch something else. So don't do what they do. Do the opposite. Okay. 3, the internet is your teacher. Now we have another teacher. It's not your traditional teacher, the physical teacher. Now we have a virtual teacher, a teacher that you cannot see, but you can identify the resources, you can identify the features, but it's not like the normal teacher we know. Now I'm talking about the web, about the different learning resources available on the internet, and we know that it's easier now than ever before to have access to many resources. You can check anytime, anywhere, and at your own pace. So the internet is really your teacher. It's a treasure. And let me tell you, some might think now that I mean by the internet all the resources available which are on English language learning. No, I mean all the resources, the blogs, the Facebook pages, groups, websites, YouTube channels, which cover different topics of interest, which tackle different majors, not necessarily to be on grammar, on vocab, on fluency, on a certain skill or on a certain language system. So you need just to listen to English, to read in English, in any topic. It might be on cooking, on sports, on anything you like, anything you are interested in. So this is what I mean by being in touch with different resources which satisfy your needs and cater to your interests. And what I really like about the internet, and you cannot find this in any course book, that the internet provides you with real, authentic English. Not like the English that you might come across in English course books, which might seem somehow artificial and not realistic. So what the internet gives us is real, authentic English you can use and you can come across in your real life. The most important thing here is not to force yourself, not to push yourself into doing anything you feel that you have to do. It's not like a chore. It's not like a duty that you have to do. I said before that you have to enjoy, you have to have fun learning English. And to do this, I'll give you about 4 things to do. Number 1, first, I'm still talking about the internet is your teacher. And under this, we have four things. First, make a list of interests. Write a list of, ask yourself, what are my interests? Am I interested in sports? Write sports. I'm interested in food. Write food. I'm interested in fashion. Write fashion. So these make a list of things you are fond of. And start searching. And yes, passion. Yes, exactly, Nahid, Miss Nahid. Passion, it's about passion. What you really like and what you prefer. And start searching and digging for the stuff and the content that interests you on the web. And it's okay, and don't worry if you take much time looking for the stuff you like. Take your time and enjoy searching. You'll have much fun, even in the searching process. 2, you found the content, you found the things that interest you, start delving deep into this content and start consuming the content and enjoy learning. Number 3, stick to the stuff you feel interested in. Right, you enjoy this, so make this your daily routine, your habit. Stick to this. And it's then you can enrich your knowledge, improve your English in general, or focus on a certain skill or system. Number 4, remember that learning is more about quality. It's not about quantity. It's not about how many resources, and it's not about how many Facebook pages you check or how many videos you watch. It's more about quality, and it's not about how many or what. So try to think more about quality, not quantity. And as I said before, I like this sentence: do not sacrifice quality for quantity. Stay focused on just 1 or 2 resources and try to have a productive routine. Okay, so until now, we have about how many tips? About maybe 3 tips. Leave your comfort zone. 2, don't do what they do. 3, the internet is your teacher. And 4, take it in, let it out. Take it in, let it out, take it in, let it out, take it in, let it out. Take it in, let it out. Take it in, let it out. Input, output. And then you can summarize the most important points you get. Excellent, Mario, Saad, Mustafa. Mario, you're cheating. You're reading my comments, May. Can we use emotions as a sort of education? What do you mean? What's meant by that, Mamdouh, Mr. Mamdouh? Can we use emotions? Could you explain more? Really, TEFLism became one of my daily routine. Wow, Mr. Muhammad. Can you read this, Mr. Muhammad? TEFLism became one of my daily routine. Wow. So you're a great fan of TEFLism. Thank you, Miss Basant. Okay, take it in, leave it out. Here we talk about input and output. Let's first talk about input. Input means surrounding yourself with English, exposing yourself with or to much English. And if you surround yourself with much English every day, you will be learning a lot. But still, you have to let this out. But before I talk about this, let me explain how to expose yourself, how to surround yourself with much English. Simply speaking, through listening and reading. Listen and read. You can listen to the radio, you can listen to songs, listen to podcasts, listen to conversations, listen to audiobooks. We have different listening resources. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Abu Ziyad. Thank you, much grateful. So we have different learning resources when it comes to listening. Listening is not only listening to conversations or listening to movies when you watch them on YouTube or when you watch a TV show. Now, listening, you have material. Reading, you can read books, articles, journals, magazines, newspapers. We have different reading resources as well. And what is really interesting about this, that you can do your input. You can choose your input. You can pick your input according to your level, according to your passion and interest. And there are many websites that can help you achieve this. Okay. Before I move to the output, you might ask me here a question: what about watching videos? A TV show, a movie, a TV series, documentary, anything visual. What about watching action? Doesn't this improve my listening? Yes, of course it does. But let me tell you something, that it's not like pure listening. Because I know so many people who just watch TV shows and TV series and listen to songs. Why? They want to improve their listening. Right, it helps a lot. But still, it's not pure listening. Why? Because when you watch a video, you might be distracted by visuals, by the lights, by the movement of the bodies, by the script, maybe if you have a script or a subtitle or a translation. So this might interfere with your listening, and this of course will have a very bad effect on your concentration level. So I advise you that if you want to improve your listening, just focus on something which has no visuals. Listen to podcasts, listen to the radio, listen to conversations, listen to news which have no video, no image. Okay, let's now come to the output. I think we need to make English like a habit, yes, but most of us want to get to the summit in a hurry. Yes, people rush things. We are always in a hurry. We lack patience, and learning English is a lifelong process. It needs time, effort, dedication, and patience. Thank you, Mr. Ibrahim Nasr. Isra, I think it helps. Yes, it does. Okay, now it's not enough. Let's now move to the output. It's not enough to spend much time. You get little content from movies. I agree, Miss Nahid. I agree. I'm not a big fan of watching movies and TV shows, by the way, because I do not get much. But I know that people are crazy about watching movies and TV shows. I know. But actually, I think that it does not provide everything you need as a language learner. Let's now move to the output. It's not enough to just spend much time working on input. Just listen and read. Listen and read. Listen and read. This is not enough. Why it's not enough? Because this is much input in your brain. It's stored in your mind, and you have to let this out. If you still remember, take it in, leave it out, or let it out. You have to turn what is in your mind into something concrete, into something physical, something I can see when you write, when you speak, and something I can hear and listen to when you speak. So not only to focus on much input, because without input you would not have output. But some learners spend a lot of time on input and they do not do the output for many reasons, So start thinking about it's time to do the output. Even if you think that you're not ready, even if you think that your English is not good, you have to do the output. Do the output which matches your input. So what you learn today from the input, try to turn it into something physical, something concrete, something visible. I can see you while writing. I can see you while speaking. So this is something visible, right? And something audible. I can hear you when you speak. I can see what you write. So make it concrete. So make your learning something physical, something concrete. Okay. So this is output. How you can do this? How you can do the output? I have today two things you can do if you want to do the output. Number one, find a speaking partner. Now it's 10:50. Wow, it's 10:50. I'm sorry, but this is, I think this session needs more time, lots of ideas. Sorry, Mr. Muhammad, please, I need more time, if you allow me. The file, the English we speak, requires a password. Okay, I got it. Your English matters. The password is your English matters. Your, then space, English, then space, then matters. Your, capital Y, English, capital E, matters, capital M. Enjoy putting in the password and unzipping the file. Okay, find a speaking partner, find a friend, a native, anyone where you can chat with and speak in English with. You can speak with all of them. Yes, your English matters, exactly. You can speak and communicate in English with these people online, with a video or without a video, just audio. For example, use WhatsApp voice notes, so you can speak in English using WhatsApp voice notes. And what is really nice about WhatsApp voice notes is that if you do not understand the message delivered to you, you can replay the message again, and then you respond. And this, of course, helps you with your speaking confidence and helps you with your pronunciation. You can also join a conversation club or a language community, and you can start your own conversation club if you do not have one with your friends. You can even join online conversation groups and language communities like Skype, iTalki, Verbling. Where is this file? الفايل مس ولاء موجود في الديسكريبشن of the post أو of the video session وموجود في الكومنتس posted by me. It's in the description and you will find the gift in the comments. The gifts are in the description. 2 gifts for teachers and 2 gifts for learners. They are in the description and they are as well in the comments posted by me. So you can join an online conversation club, an online English language community like iTalki, Skype, Verbling from the word verb, Lingoda, O-D-A, Ling, L-I-N-G, and then Oda, O-D-A, one word, Lingoda. Many applications, yes, it's available for everyone. Many applications, softwares, and websites for people through which you can converse and have speaking partners. Also, we have a very interesting website called meetup.com. Meet, to meet someone. Meetup, one word. Meetup.com. Meetup.com. And another website called the Fearless, from the word fear, Fearless Fluency Club. So different websites and different services on the web that give you the chance to converse online and find speaking partners from different parts of the world. Again, iTalki, Cambly, Verbling, Lingoda, Skype, meetup.com, meetup, one word.com, and the Fearless Fluency Club. These are just examples. If this is impossible, if you cannot join online conversation groups, if you cannot have your own conversation club for a reason or so, you can talk to yourself. So this is the least to be done. This is the أضعف الإمامة. To talk to yourself, you can talk to a mirror, and talking to yourself, I think this will make you feel comfortable, confident, and fluent, and will make your English flow smoothly. And I have here a piece of advice for those who like talking to, yes, meetup.com, for those who like talking to themselves or talking to mirrors. I'll give you an exercise to do, which is, or an activity. You can choose a passage, a paragraph from an article, from the news, from a blog, and you start reading this passage, Fearless Fluency Club. But you have to give a space. Fearless, space, fluency, space, and then club. 3 words, not 1 word. Fearless Fluency Club. Thank you, Mr. Mahmoud Sulaiman. Thanks a lot. I'm sorry for the trouble. So choose a passage. Choose a passage from an article on... that's okay. You're welcome, Ms. Dalia. Choose a passage from an article, from the news, from a blog, and then start reading this passage aloud. And yes, they are free, completely free, and some of them are not. Some of them are not. Skype is free. Fearless Fluency Club, it's not free. Meetup.com is completely free. Mr. Wael, how are you? Nice to see you here. Take care, my friend. Some of them, Mr. Muhammad, not all of them. Yes, You can read this passage chosen aloud and record your voice. So you can read aloud and at the same time record your voice while reading aloud, and this will build up your confidence and let you think in English. Number two, what you can do again to do the output is have something visual, have evidence. You can write a diary, a journal, or even a Word document on your laptop, on your mobile device, where you write about your day. At the end of the day, you write what you did during the whole day, from the moment you woke up till the moment you are awake now. Write what you did in English, just a few sentences. So this is evidence, this is something visible, this is your achievement. In this way you feel that you're making much progress, you are achieving something, so you can keep track on what you did with your English today. Or even if you cannot do this daily, you can do this at the end of the week. So you write about your whole week, what you did over the whole week, and what you would like to do tomorrow or next week. So this is really, really nice. Have something visual, a diary, a journal, or even any document where you register, you record your progress and your achievement in English. So this is writing. And you can do the same in a spoken form by recording your voice on your mobile. So if you don't like writing, if you're not interested in writing, you can, by the end of the day, you can get your mobile device and then record what you did in English during the whole day, right? So please don't be a passive learner, be proactive. So till now we have how many tips? Till now we have leave your comfort zone. This is number one. Number two, don't do what they do. Three, the internet is your teacher. Four, take it in, let it out. Five, yes. For everything you learn, write it down. For everything you learn, write it down. Mr. Ahmed, I used to read a passage and record myself giving a summary on what I have read. This helped me a lot. Perfect. Excellent, Mr. Ahmed. I like this. So we have here Mr. Ahmed following this tip. Thank you. For everything you learn, write it down. Anything you learn, a phrase, a word, an expression, a phrasal verb, a collocation, an idiom, anything you learn, write it down in a notebook, on your device, mobile device, and try to review these every now and then. And this will let you know, this will let you memorize things easily and will make you feel that you are learning and progressing. Next, study English. We are about to finish, so don't worry. Study English. English. It's not enough. It's not enough to have input and output. Take something in and let something out. This is not enough because you could be making the same mistakes over and over again, or even reaching the level, the plateau where you feel that you're not improving. So when you when you do the output, when you start speaking, even to yourself, and when you start writing, even just a few sentences in your journal and diary, you will recognize your mistakes by yourself. You will recognize your weaknesses, right? And challenges. Try to work on these mistakes and try to improve your English so that you do not make these mistakes over and over again. But let me tell you something, making mistakes is something positive, it's not negative. fear no mistakes. You have to make mistakes, and the more mistakes you make, the more you learn from them. But please do not overthink and worry much about your mistakes. Don't make it something that you always think about. You are always worried about your mistakes, and you want to fix them as soon as possible. If you think this way, you will not make progress, right? So what I mean here, that you just identify, analyze, and fix your mistakes, not overthinking and worrying much about your weaknesses. So this is what I mean by study English. So I do not mean by studying English here is to go to books and start reading vocab and grammar books, no, or memorizing vocab, no. I don't mean that. I mean by studying English is that you start correcting your mistakes and fixing your mistakes. And of course, you will recognize your mistakes if you do the output. If you do much output, you will recognize your mistakes. And the more output you do, the less mistakes you make. Okay, next. Summarize. Apply what you learn theoretically to practically, learn from theory to practice. Wow, interesting, Mr. Abu Ziad. And suggestions and ideas. Okay, summarize. Summarize. Whether you summarize in a written or a spoken form. And of course, doing a summary or summarizing this does not need someone. You can summarize alone. You can do this on your own. It can be just be done by, for example, taking an article from a book or taking an article from an online newspaper, magazine, from anywhere, and then you start summarizing this article or this passage taken from a written source. It might be a newspaper article, a magazine article, or a blog, and you start summarizing this in your own words. So this is one idea, and we have so many resources on the internet, which is, for example, blogs, BBC Ideas. This is a very good website, BBC Ideas, and we have another one, BBC Stories. And you have the main website of BBC homepage. And there is a very interesting Facebook page called the Egyptian Independent and the Egyptian Gazette, where you can read lots of magazines, lots of newspapers, and lots of articles, sorry. You can just pick a passage and try to summarize in your own words. Number two, summarizing a paragraph of a story. You can read a story and try to summarize the whole story, or summarize a page or just a passage from the page you are reading silently, or even listening to its audio. So you start reading the story silently or listening and reading at the same time, and when you finish reading, when you finish listening, you start summarizing the whole story or the chapter or the page or whatever. And you can stop reading. You can stop reading or listening to the section, then ask yourself a question on the part you are reading or listening to. This is really, really creative. Let me tell you this again. So you have a story, you have a reader, okay? You start reading this story silently or listening to the audio and reading at the same time if you have an accompanying audio. And when you finish the whole story or that one chapter of the story, you can start summarizing the chapter. Idea, which is that you can ask yourself a question on the part you are reading. on the part you are listening. And then you start speaking out loudly, answering your questions. So you can do lots of things. You can read, listen, speak, and write in just one skill or one learning resource. You have a story, you listen to the story, you read the story silently, you summarize the story in a written form, and you can ask yourself questions on the part you are reading silently. Lots of things you can do with a story or an article. Okay. Last tip, comment on the comments. Comment on the comments. Comment on the comments. What is comment on the comments? There are so many Facebook pages, Facebook groups, YouTube channels, YouTube videos, so many websites and blogs. And they cover so many topics and majors and interests. And of course, all of these resources are written in English. English is the only medium. So I need you to choose a channel, choose a Facebook page, a Facebook group which meets your interests, which satisfies your needs. They don't have to be on English language learning, anything you like. And there you can see the posts and you can see comments on the posts made by people. So start replying to comments, putting in your comment and comment on the comments. In this way you practice your English, you practice your English in written form. And there you can make friends with the passage of time. After 3 or 4 times of replies back and forth, you can ask the person, I'm from Egypt, where are you from? So let's go to Skype and connect there. Let's go to Skype and chat together face to face on Skype, on Facebook or WhatsApp. So Facebook pages and Facebook groups and even YouTube channels give you the chance to put your comment and reply to comments and comment on the comments, and you can make friends with those people. But please do not rush things. People will not accept this to happen that quickly. Please, I ask about how fast I should speak in my daily conversation. Fast or correct speech. I think the second is much more important than the first. Okay, you mean, Mr. Ibrahim, do I need to speak fast? No, you needn't. Just make sure that your English is comprehensible, is intelligible. People can understand you. It's not about how fast you speak. No. This should not be your focus. Make sure that people can understand you. Okay, I'm done. And before I say goodbye and take care and see you next Saturday, I need to tell you a few things about my next projects. I have a YouTube channel and a Facebook page called Your English Matters, the same name for the YouTube and the Facebook page, Your English Matters. I need you to go there, join the Facebook page and subscribe to the YouTube channel. There are wonderful videos on how to learn English, and you're most welcome, of course. And I need to tell you about my next projects. Next video session will be on Saturday, and it will be on shadowing. Shadowing is one of the wonderful techniques that help you in your listening, speaking, reading, and writing skills. All the 4 skills can be improved through shadowing. So next session I'll explain what shadowing means and how you can do shadowing, and how shadowing can help you move up in the ladder of your language proficiency. And after this session, I start my own project, which will be on the page Your English Matters. I'm going to assign a certain task where we can apply the shadowing technique over a number of months. I'm not going to tell you now what I'm going to do. It will be a surprise. And the next project will be on the page Your English Matters. I will go live on Zoom maybe starting from next week or the week after, where I'm going to choose websites, blogs, Facebook pages, Facebook groups, YouTube channels, where I'm going to share with you the screen of the website and let you know how to browse, how to deal with this website, and how to learn from the different learning resources. So it will be something visual and something concrete you can see online. I'll share my screen, and of course this can be done via Zoom. So please follow my Facebook group for the updates and to know the time of the coming Zoom session. And it will be a long series of Zoom sessions because I have bulky resources, blogs, websites, and so on. So I think that it will take much time, right? Any questions before I say Assalamu alaikum? Thank you so much for coming. I'm really happy that I have about more than 70 people watching me tonight. It gives me a great pleasure to have so many people today. Thank you for watching me, for following me, for staying tuned. Yes, by the way, the name of the Facebook group, Your English Matters. إنجليزي بتاعك بيهمني قوي. Your English Matters. I care about your English. Your English Matters. Facebook group and YouTube channel. One more thing before I go, I'm going to summarize the session. This session, just listing the main points discussed in this video session today. Yes, Your English Matters. And I will post a summary of the session just in a few minutes after the session is, after I finish this session. Okay, any questions? Yes, last thing. Last thing. I will make a big list, but not this week or the week or next week. Maybe, I don't know when exactly, but I will create a Word document. I will list all the Facebook pages and groups that I am a member of, and the YouTube channels yes, thank you. And the YouTube channels I'm subscribing to, right? And they are all of them on English language learning. My pleasure, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Okay, see you inshallah next Saturday. Have a blessed night. Take care. See you next Saturday. Take care. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.